This is Menkari Australia. Breaking news.
This is Menkari News Australia, and we're tracking a major breaking story tonight. Amazon Web Services is experiencing a significant outage that's brought down platforms across the globe. Snapchat, Roblox, Fortnite, Duolingo, Canva, all affected. Millions of users worldwide unable to access services. The disruption began around 3:11 a.m. Eastern Time, that's roughly 4:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. Reports spiked immediately on monitoring sites, and right now the problems are still unfolding. Here's what we know at this hour. Amazon Web Services confirmed increased error rates and latencies affecting multiple services in its US East 1 region. That's one of AWS's largest and most critical data center zones, located in Northern Virginia. In a statement posted to its status page, AWS said, "We are actively engaged and working to both mitigate the issue and understand root cause." The outage isn't just hitting third-party platforms. Amazon's own ecosystem took a direct hit. Amazon.com checkout systems failing, Prime Video down, Alexa unresponsive. According to Down Detector, the online outage monitoring service, 52% of reported problems relate to the US East 1 region, 27% involve US West 2, another 21% affect AP Southeast 2, that's right here in Australia. Other major platforms experiencing disruptions: PayPal's Venmo, financial trading app Robinhood, gaming platforms Roblox and Fortnite, graphic design tool Canva, language learning app Duolingo, and AI search platform Perplexity. Aravind Srinivas, CEO of Perplexity, confirmed on social media that AWS is the root cause of his platform's issues. To understand the scale of this disruption, you need to understand what AWS actually powers. Amazon Web Services is the world's largest cloud computing provider. It's the invisible infrastructure underneath thousands of websites, apps, and online services. When companies say their systems are in the cloud, there's a very good chance they mean AWS. The numbers tell the story. Last year, AWS generated over $108 billion in revenue. It operates massive data centers across the globe, providing the servers, storage, and computing power that keep modern digital services running. But that dominance creates vulnerability. When AWS goes down, it doesn't just affect one company. It triggers cascading failures across entire industries: gaming, finance, social media, education, e-commerce, all interconnected through the same infrastructure. Social media responses tonight paint a picture of widespread disruption. One user posted, "Amazon Web Services are down, so about half the online tools we use are not working at all." Another tech observer noted, "If your system was affected by AWS going down and you weren't paged tonight, consider that a problem." Even Hugging Face, a major AI development platform, confirmed on social media, "Some parts of the Hugging Face hub and services are experiencing issues right now because of an AWS outage." This isn't AWS's first major failure. The platform has experienced significant outages before, each time raising uncomfortable questions about internet infrastructure resilience. The impact tonight spans continents and industries. For everyday users, Monday evening plans simply vanished. Gamers locked out of Roblox and Fortnite, students unable to access Duolingo lessons, social media users finding Snapchat unresponsive, designers losing access to Canva projects. But the business consequences run much deeper. Companies dependent on AWS infrastructure are watching revenue evaporate in real time. Transactions failing, customer service systems offline, operations paralyzed. Ring, Amazon's smart home security company, also reported service disruptions, leaving customers unable to access doorbell cameras and security systems. According to Down Detector's monitoring, the majority of Amazon customers reported checkout problems specifically. Snapchat users couldn't access the mobile app. The pattern suggests multiple interconnected systems failing simultaneously rather than a single point of failure. Tech industry observers are already pointing to this as another warning about infrastructure concentration. When one cloud provider controls this much of the internet's backbone, everyone becomes vulnerable to single points of failure. AWS has acknowledged its investigation is underway, but hasn't provided a timeline for complete service restoration. So what happens from here? AWS engineering teams are working to restore full functionality across affected regions. Services may return gradually as different systems come back online, but as of this broadcast, no estimated recovery time has been provided. Affected platforms continue updating users through social media and status pages. Some companies are exploring backup systems, others are simply waiting for AWS to resolve the core problem. Beyond tonight's immediate crisis, expect renewed debate about digital infrastructure resilience. This outage will reignite questions about whether the internet has become too dependent on too few providers and what safeguards exist to prevent cascading failures. For millions of users across Australia and around the world tonight, the question remains simpler. When will services return? We'll continue monitoring this developing story and bring you verified updates as AWS restores services and more information becomes available. I'm Michelle, and this is Menchawi News Australia.
You've been listening to Flashwire, powered by redmancari.com, where facts still matter and stories still mean something. If you believe in independent journalism with impact, hit subscribe and share this episode. Your support keeps truth alive.
This is Flashwire. Breaking. Verified. Australian. When the story breaks, we don't wait. We verify, explain, and bring you the facts straight from the source.
Now, Optus has clearly failed here. Optus have failed to put safety first.
Company Optus and its parent company Singtel offer commercial
discussions based as friends and trusting. And part of our discussions, informally as well as
the whole
formally,
world came
has
together,
been
to be honest. So many countries that you wouldn't have even thought of it, they came together. The world has come together.
Now, we do need to draw a line in the sand when it comes to the protests that we continue to see in this country.
The Flashwire is your rapid response breaking news podcast, a stripped down, adrenaline-paced bulletin that drops minutes after major stories break. It's designed for listeners who want accuracy and speed, not noise. Think of it as the audio equivalent of a newsroom's red alert light turning on. Each episode runs under 5 minutes, short enough to drop between scrolls, but packed with verified updates, eyewitness info, expert sound bites, and a forward look at what happens next. No spin. No filler. Just what you need to know and what comes next.